passing Scenic World on our left. So the race starts in this car park here on the other side of these bushes. Just in there. And then you're going to come out onto Cliff Drive. So this is for the 50 and the 100 kilometre runners. So the first kilometre of your race will be on this road. So we're not running this today because, as you can see, there aren't any paved areas on the side, so you would have to actually run on the road. They closed this for the race, so for safety reasons we're just driving to the start of Narrowneck. Just give you an idea, you'll be starting uphill. Past the landslide lookout. First bit of down. Hilda's lookout. So for the 50 and 100 kilometre runners, you're going to see this road here, which this is where you're going to go down. Glenraphael Drive, you're going to run down here. We're going beyond that a little bit to show you where the 100-mile runners will come from. So the 100-mile runners come from the other direction on Cliff Drive. At about 55 kilometres, they will get to this Narrowneck lookout. So there's an aid station here, and it's from here that they'll actually descend down onto that Narrowneck Plateau down there. The stairs are just here, so we're going to park up and then we're going to take you down the stairs. Pretty cool lookout, Narrowneck lookout, and you can see, I don't know if you can see through there, but that's actually where we'll be heading, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you ready, Mr. Duff? We've got Mr. Duff today, so we're going to be doing the Narrowneck Ridge Trail today, which is the first part of the 100-kilometre race. It's part of the 50-kilometre race, and about 55 k's in, the 100-mile runners will be coming along this Narrowneck Ridge Trail. Let's go! Ready, so the 100-mile runners with just over 2,000 climbing and descending in their legs are going to come down these stairs. And you'll recall from that road section I showed you where the 50 and 100k runners would access. But this is just a couple hundred metres of stairs to get down to the trail. It's quite lovely really, isn't it? Quite lovely. Hopefully you'll find it lovely with 55 kilometres in your legs. It is quite lovely. So just a couple hundred metres up this way is where the 50 kilometre runners will come down. So from here you've got about 13 kilometres for the 100k and the 100-mile runners all the way to the end. So to the famous, well, Tarros Ladders, not that they build the ladders anymore for the race, but 13 kilometres on this one trail. For the 50-kilometre runners you've got about 1.8 kilometres until the turnaround. So it's wide fire trail, and sort of downhill just for this out bit here for the 50k runners. So you're going to be feeling pretty good, so pacing something that you want to be very careful of. So this is Golden Stairs, which is closed because of landslides, and this is around the turnaround point for the 50-kilometre runners. So if you want to come along for the ride to see what the rest of Narrowneck's like, come along in case you're thinking about doing the longer distances next year. But you're turning around here and heading back exactly the way you came, so about 2.8 kilometres back to the start. Enjoy. 100k and 100-mile runners. We're going to continue along the ridge. We've got Megalong Valley to the right of us and Jamison Valley to the left of us. It's a beautiful ridge. Really depends on the weather in terms of your views, but whether it's clear and you get the views or whether it's misty like today, it's just, there's something special about Narrowneck. It's really beautiful. So we're just after the Golden Stair turnaround point. You come up to what, I don't know if everyone calls it this, but we call it the cement wall. Short, steep. I feel like it's probably the steepest part of this Narrowneck, but this is what you're in for. call it cement wall because it's sort of paved. So just turning back and looking down the cement wall, and still going up. So this is the end of where the cars can drive. I'm about just over 2 kilometres in, so cars can come to here, and then there's a gate, so only hikers through here. Yeah, so it checks out, about 11 kilometres, Tarros Ladder. Past Castle Head track. Remember, we're not turning off at this stage, we're going all the way to the end. So, would you describe this trail as undulating, Wayne? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit, yep. I think when I put it into Strava last night, it was about 380 metres of climbing and 440 of descending. So, I'd class that as undulating. There's no real long climbs, just some little short, sharp ones like this. Overall, it's most of it's runnable if you've trained well. It's looking quite mysterious today. Rightio, listen up. One of the big lessons this part of the section for the 100-kilometre runners is this is 13 kilometres along this trail. That's pretty easy running. It is undulating, you will likely have to hike some of the sharper pitches, but it's pretty runnable. It's pretty easy 13Ks to just click over, so your pacing strategy needs to be set. It's very common for, you know, you're tapered, you're well trained, you're excited, all the hype's going on around you, to go out too fast, and you really need to stick to your strategy. So I use power when I go out. That helps keep me honest and in that zone that I want to be for at the start of a race. But if you go out too fast because you're too excited, you're not thinking the big picture, you will pay the price later. Last year I did the 50k, and just to give you an example, kind of by the first timing chip I was about 860 something place setting, and from here to the end I picked up just over 600 people. When I look back historically at all the times that I've raced on this ultra trail site, including all the 100Ks I've done, that's pretty typical of what happens is people just take off because they're feeling so good, and then I just pick them off. So really think about that in your training, think about what that looks like. And for me, I think one of the hardest things, and I still struggle after all these years, is that everybody just runs off around you, they stream by you. And again, when I did that 50k last year, by the time I got back to Scenic World, I was like all alone. Everyone was gone, and it's a real mental struggle to, I guess, sit in that and be okay with that. But it's something that really will pay dividends if you get the pacing right. So good luck with that. For the 100-mile runners, obviously you're going to have, well, about this stage, about 60k's in your legs because I'm 5k's in. So, you know, do your best, hang on. It's a nice sort of easy-ish 13k's that you don't have to think too much, just to get you closer to your mile goal. This is sort of typical of one of the little steeper descents, but they're short, sharp, nothing that you can't run. See Mr. Duff down there nailing it, king of the descents, but a mere pauper in his presence. It's sort of hard to demonstrate in a video, and it is, obviously we're in the clouds, but you got the valley off to the side there. We're going along the trail just to give you a sense of how we're on a ridge, and then on the other side we drop off. So it's super cool, hey. So about 6k's in from the start of Narrowneck, about 7 or just over 7 from Scenic World. Look at these, it's pretty cool. Wayne did the 50 kilometre for the first time last year, didn't you, Wayne?
Yep.
Did you have a pacing strategy for the beginning at all? So you didn't go out too fast, or did you just go with the flow?
Oh no, I tried to slow myself down. It's always hard at the start of a race though. But yeah, if, I knew there's a lot of stairs and climbing and through the valley at the end, so
lots to come.
At the start, it's just
the race isn't won or lost at the beginning, is it?
No, try and keep it conservative.
Yeah. Do you think you nailed that? Did you start conservative?
Probably a little bit faster than I could have, but it wasn't too bad.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good work. So again, think about your pacing strategy, because this is, for the 100k runners, this is very runnable, which is fine to run it all, but how fast are you running it? Just over 8k's from the Narrowneck lookout, and still runnable, still fire trail, still beautiful. 9k's from the lookout. There's lots of these, just very gently running, very gentle incline ups. Gentle ups, incline, what is it? Gentle inclines. So about 9.3 kilometres from the lookout, there's the tower, and there's some toilets there. And gentle downs. Wayne, what'd you say? Yeah. What's she gonna ask me now? Would you say you enjoyed your first 50k?
Yeah, it was good. I think, it certainly helped being prepared for it, strength-wise and training-wise. And I mean, it probably didn't hurt having a lot of intimate knowledge of the actual course, because we run up here every weekend. So but it was actually really nice and a good atmosphere. I think I talked about it at the time though, I really enjoyed the training side of it as well, the build up to it and that, and running with friends and getting out on the trail. So yeah, very nice.
I love that. The race itself is the icing on the cake, remember? The cake is the fun part, the good stuff. Love it. Good. 10k's from the lookout, still runnable. A little bit down. So this Narrowneck is really like a gift in terms of easy kilometres, but as I mentioned, beware of the easy kilometres and the pacing if you're at the start of your race. But I do remember doing the 100k race just feeling like this is a gift. Don't have to think too hard, you've just got to keep a controlled pace, and then before you know it, it's just over 10k's in the bank. 11.5 from the lookout. Check out the views, beautiful. Just keeping that a secret for race day so you can enjoy it. 12k from the lookout. Okay, so I'm about 12.5 kilometres in from where I started today, from the Narrowneck lookout, and you will see as you come to the end there's a path off to the right here that you will take. So if you look ahead, it looks like there's a couple of paths you can go in front. So we're not doing what Wayne's doing, we're going down here. Don't fret if you miss that little right hand turn, because you'll just come to sort of the end anyway. It's a sign looking into the wilderness. Doesn't look like there's any obvious trails here, so you just turn back and take the turn off.
Amazing view.
Show you the view down here. Wayno's just so we can see the dam from here.
Back into Warragamba Dam.
Oh yeah, I don't even see through there, right there.
And just
The dam. Damn, she nice. Adventure man. So I've got this little sign here. Watch the wild dogs. Now it will be marked on race day, but it's not straight ahead. It's this little turn off to the right. So we're going into real little technical track here. Now depending on what wave you're in, for the 100-kilometre runners, it's likely to be the beginning of a bit of a traffic jam through here. So just go slowly. I mean, it's not something in particular that you can go fast through here, but as you slow down towards as you get towards the ladders, use it as an opportunity to get some nutrition on board. If you had your rain jacket out, put that away. But just expect it. No need to get frustrated. You've got a long way to go still. It's all part of the race. Talk to the people around you. You know, have a chat. Enjoy. Because the adventure is still going. So, not far after the turn off, it's quite like a little bit of an adventure, isn't it, Wayne?
Yep.
You feeling adventurous?
Oh yeah.
We're heading down here. At its finest. I love an adventure like this. Oh, not gonna lie, I'm feeling old lady stiff today. All right, Wayne. Onwards. We go. So we're heading towards the Tarros Ladders. This isn't it. This is just part of the path. Which way is easier for the people? Backwards?
I don't know. To be honest, I haven't done it too often. This second time.
Second time. I think I'll go backwards. I think I find that easier, a little bit safer. I'll turn this off while I get down safely. So I went frontward just for the first couple of steps, so then I could turn around, and I came down backwards. And then we continue. So we're not going like down, we're going across. So follow Mr. Duff. So not down, across. Pathway around through here. I mean, this is all going to be marked. There's going to be people here, but if you're a 100-mile runner and you're by yourself, it also gives you an idea. So little pivot around to the right here. Keeps going. I forgot actually. Keeps going further than what I thought. Yeah. Down we go. So I just came down here. Just keep following it around. So as you can see, it's pretty slow going through here. So just depending on your trail prowess, take it easy. Same one piece. So at that bottom of that bit that I just showed you, you will be taken around to the left here, and somebody's actually got a bit of a marker there. So that's about 300 or 400 meters around. It's tricky, it's slippery. In the past I've had mats around there and some rope, but I've done it in training. It's fine, you just take your time. But just to show you historically, you also had the option to go down the Tarros Ladders. They would erect a kind of a ladder here, but they're not doing that anymore. Access would be pretty hard through here, so I can understand why. But we've come to the end of the point, and there are, so when we say Tarros Ladders, oh god, hold my hand, you can see all the little metal outcrops on the rock there. Pegs, that's a better word. Metal pegs going down to the bottom. So that deviation that I just showed you, you'll meet up down the bottom there, and then continue on your way to over Mount Durbet, and then you've got from here you got about 2 k's to your aid station. So there we go, that's the end of the Narrowneck Ridge Trail experience. So I'd love to show you Mount Durbet, but that's for another video or for you to experience in race day. Still beautiful though, isn't it? So yeah, you'll end up down the bottom here and running along towards the mount and the aid station.